Hey, I'm calling this video Wingman. Sometimes we all have to know when to be a wingman. I'll let some of this play out real quick. I'd heard that guy coming. I just waited around the corner, waited for him to walk in. I don't know if he heard me because he immediately tried to look behind the door. I don't know. So what we did, I just shut the door and waited for my team to show up to give me a helping hand. I didn't want to finish the guy off. I wanted to use him as bait. It always makes the other team desperate. The interesting thing here is that I shot a hole through that door. You know, if that hadn't been there, I might not have just done that. But it was so helpful to know, to see that guy. So I don't know, think about that in the future. If you get a chance and you need to see what's on the other side of that door, you don't, put a hole in it. Anyways, I'm going to remember that tip for the future. So that's pretty smart. He throws the smoke. I end up getting that kill, take them both out. So this is just a little bit later on. Scuba and I have moved up to the center of the circle, and now the center of the circle's moved. I love it, catching me some grass snakes. I wish I could have finished them off, though. This is always a dangerous situation for me when I see people to the left, and I probably shouldn't have shot at them. It notified them of my position. So I'm taking the guy out who's already down. We can just go after the buddy. So now we know we've just got two guys going on. Two enemies left. So we're just looking and waiting. We're not too far from the next circle, but in situations like this, I don't always like to be I don't want to be running with the circle right behind me. So sometimes I'll just go ahead and move forward a little bit sooner than I normally would. But I'm checking all the trees, making sure I can't see anybody, making sure it's safe for me to go that way. But also worries me, like, where are these last two guys at? I've checked everything that I know of. Another thing that we've got going on is Scuba is in a completely different vantage point than me. So if he might be able to see around a tree that I can't. But now I'm just kind of looking, trying to figure out where do I think might be the safest place to hold up to see the last guy. There's lots of little hiding spots for someone. So I'm just using the third person to kind of peek around, see if I can find these guys. So like I said, I like being the first one into the circle at moments. So look, now this guy's got to run and I've got cover. Doesn't know where we're at. Scuba takes him. Oh, the other guy took him down. That's right. And that's what I thought was interesting. I thought, oh, fantastic. It wasn't a duo team. So this last guy is all on his own. And I kind of know where his direction was because I saw where the other guy was trying to hide. So I wanted to do that just to run out there. When I see him, I thought, okay, now I truly know. So I call out his position to Scuba. So in a situation like that, you've seen me do it in other videos. Whenever it's 2 versus 1, I get a little bit more bold and I kind of start running around trying to get them to shoot at me so we know where they're at. I don't know if I could always recommend that strategy to other people, but sometimes I like to do it if I know my partner's he's a good aim and he's in good cover. So I told Scuba that I popped him pretty good. He's got to be weak. The other advantage is he's got to come to us. So as long as we stay where we're at, we'll be good to go. So he starts running, and he has no choice but to stand out in the open, and we take the shot and get him. So now we've gained Striker. Cruising up here, wanted to get inside the circle. We're going to actually stop at this gas station, but then when we started taking shots, we felt like we were forced to because we'd slow down. So I jump out so I can flank. Finish this guy off. What's interesting, for a moment right there, I just looked that way, didn't see any enemies, and then when I looked back and I saw my partner and the enemy, for just a split second, I was confused as to which one to shoot at. So that's why I hesitated just for a moment, because I didn't want to shoot my partner. But we both went down, and now our lives are in the hands of Scuba. I'm not going to lie, I thought we were all going to die right there. Sorry, Scuba, it's just the truth. Anyways, so what we're doing, we snuck in here and was healing up, and we noticed that we didn't actually kill the final guy. He had run off. So I want you to see, like, did you see him? Did you see where he was hiding? It's okay, I didn't either. Keep watching, see if you notice him. So we thought he might have run off, but he wasn't gone 100%. So when I start taking shots, that's when we know he has not completely left the area. So I'm going to try to bait him out and see if I can find him. But I also need that loot. So I'm making note right here. He can see in this room, but he can't see me right here. So I'm trying to figure out where could he be at. So I'm going to peek around the corner, see if you see him. Do you see him? He's in a good spot. Do you see him? I'm looking for any kind of movement to tell me where he might be. The only two places I could think of is he's either under the wall or he's by that tree, and I don't think he's by the tree. So again, I'm just looking for any type of movement at all. So my thought is, if he's under the wall, it's the only place he can be if he can still shoot. So I'm just going to take a shot of where I think he might be. So when I see the blood splatter, I know I've got him. Now I know where he's at. That was just a lucky guess. It's the only place I could think that he would have been. So I'm just going to give him a little grenade surprise. See if he can jump up and run very quickly. So that's finally the end of him. It was an interesting situation that he sort of stayed to try and take us out. Didn't completely engage us. If he had engaged when two of us were down, he probably could have killed all three of us. But, I guess for our sake, I'm glad he didn't. Sometimes need a little luck, too. So I probably shouldn't have done that right there. I should have just taken those to this bush and got into some cover. So what I was really doing right there was just looking to see, what's the side of that hill look like. So I picked my spot based off of the dark shadow, the hill. If we can get to that hill, then we might have a good chance of having some sort of, landscape cover as we sneak up the rest of the hill. Because obviously there's someone in that house. I mean, it is in the perfect spot for somebody to be hiding there. So even though I don't hit that guy, the reason I was shooting at him, slow him down, let him run around, hopefully maybe someone else would see him and finish him off. If I could somehow expose him. So I'm not super excited about this, running through an open area, but sometimes you just have to. Oh, and there is absolutely zero cover There's not a bush. There's not a tree. There's not a rock. I don't know. Now that I'm watching this, I don't know if just coming straight over here was the best decision. But that's why we end up kind of doubling back this way. If there was somebody, there should have just been one guy. And I was right. Get that kill. I'll drop him a first aid super fast. Get him all healed up. So this isn't a horrible situation for us. It's kind of odd. But I just do want to check the right-hand side before I kind of pop up at the house, because, there could be a whole squad at the house for all I know. And sure enough, found one. That's where I would have been hiding, so that's why I wanted to take a look there. So I decided he's got a nice little hiding spot. I want it for myself. So we're excited. Now we know there's one person left. And where else could he be but the house? So I don't actually think he was in the house. I think he was behind the house. So one of them spotted him, calls out his location. So I kind of go, I'm going to use my positioning against theirs to flank them and try to be a wingman for them. They're making the major assault going to the left. I'm just trying to get into flanking position to the right and make sure that if he doubles back, we can take him out. When I hear the gunshots, I spring into action to try and help him out. They got the final kill and we won, so all worked out. Anyways, hope these tips helped you guys out. Like and subscribe. See you later.